who won. I see them, they run. They don't want to see us. Whole Junior Mafia clique dressing up trying to beat us. How the fuck they gonna be the mob when we always on our job?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck.
Gotta do it.
They still go fuck you up.
It all started back in 97. An adolescent with big dreams and 6 games whenever the knowledge tested. She had it hottest since the whole 9 yards. Enough to make my mind go, oh my God. Sunny days, cause now the pages been flipped from a saint to a dangerous sadist. The bitch, what a waste of a gift. Waiting for the devil inside. I'ma never be bitter instead of my crime. But I want it dead or alive. Whenever she's sweating the thighs for a line to do. Just a knock and boost, like a prostitute. All of this, cause she got a lot of eyes to lose. Like a concubine. That keeps them chasing me down with their foot to the neck when I'm placed on the ground and the hole by my throat. Oh no, I'm a joke when I'm facing the crowd and she's right there. Has a boost of confidence, helps me out whenever I lose my common sense. What if I gave her a second to breathe? Would it be like the day when I got swept up my feet? Could you imagine the goddess who lifts you up, no matter how hard it is when it gets corrupt? She's there for you, wiping up the drips of blood. Never quick to judge, she only wish for love. Can you imagine the goddess who lifts you up?
I'm just one grain of sand upon tainted land, and the subdivisions reach the point I will not stand for anymore. And many more need to focus. I'm a drop of water, but we make the ocean. I'm open to spoken solutions, but movement is not limited to those in power using abusive dispositions of people. And I'm a prime example of trying to open a mind when it's missing a handle. Trials and scandals, the most violent vandals vying for land on, cause there's only a handful. Uncle Sam's and Sambos, tankers and Rambo, slaves, bankers and ammo, AIDS beggars and castles. Virginia tobacco, banana Republicans, guillotines and gallows and capital punishment. Is it new world order? Maybe new wave opulence. I'm just one grain of sand out of 7 billion occupants.
This is for my people surviving on food stamps. The kids just enlisted arriving at boot camp. It goes out to all the single mothers on welfare and the 40 million Americans who can't afford health care. This is for the people surviving on food stamps. Kids just enlisted arriving at boot camp. The list goes on, but it's too long to finish. So let's give a round of applause to big business. Unless I'm mistaken, it wasn't our father who art in heaven, connecting Iraq to hijack planes on 9/11. Put me in a naval brig if I can't get my facts straight. Stand me on a box, wrap my wrists in black tape. Wiretap me if I'm wrong about the war on drugs. Ask the president about it and the moron shrugs. He tried to shine like a diamond, but deep beneath the surface, just another grain of sand with a man-made purpose.
We have the service with a plan. I turn the land into a desert with every measure that I have. You feel the sand trap. 1 grain plus the weight of a light thought. I might drop a couple of drips of miracle for the time lost, so here it goes off. Not the tracks are what are forged by the sand. Individuals when we lay it down so thickly. Every glimpse we take of the sandbags holding back the flood. Had to start with 1 grain of sand.
Remember back in the days when niggas had waves, Gazelle shades and cornbread, pitching pennies, honeys had the hot top jellies, shooting skelly, motherfuckers was all friendly, lounging at the barbecues, drinking brews with the neighborhood crews, hanging on the avenues. Turn your pages to 1993, niggas is getting smoked, G, believe me. Talk slick, you get your neck slick quick, cause real street niggas ain't having that shit. Toting text for rep, smoking blunts in the project hallways, shooting dice all day, waiting for niggas to step up on some fighting shit. We get hype and shit and start fighting shit, so step away play with your fist fight ways, motherfucker. This ain't back in the days, but you don't hear me though.
But I don't go nowhere without my strap in my hood. A little draw, a little Hennessy, and niggas just don't know how to act in my hood. But I don't go nowhere without my strap in my hood. A little draw, a little Hennessy, and niggas just don't know how to act in my hood.
I'ma act very black. I'ma buy Benz, cause that's what niggas do. You understand me? I'ma smoke weed, cause that's what niggas do. I'ma pack a gat, cause that's what niggas do. You understand me? I'ma get drunk, cause that's what niggas do. There's no place that I won't go, and I feel as though if you got love and you putting out real shit, you can do that. If you kicking that shit from your heart, you can go wherever your heart wants you to go.
Killer, thug, or no good dealer, drugs and blood of cuz, doesn't matter what set you was, cause where I'm at, if you black, we strap. As long as keys make G's, these thieves attack. And ain't no rules on the streets these days. Motherfuckers better watch they back and take it easy. Living in the danger zone and learn the lessons from the game. It's on, niggas was known when the frame was on. I'm getting cracking in clothes, they're ghetto in heaven, or do I go to hell? See, seems I was sentenced to death, taking my steps with my head down. I pour liquor for my niggas cause they dead now. My memories since I was a little C was a penitentiary full of niggas like me. These cops can't terrorize us, they despise us, niggas cause we on the rise. Plus, everybody searching for a piece of the truth, and if you turn the streets into a piece of their root.
Bam! You know not to do good now. Niggas got love for me, but I don't go nowhere without my strap in my hood. A little draw, a little Hennessy, and niggas just don't know how to act in my hood. Niggas is grimy, I stay on point, I'm over my game in my hood. Niggas might buck at me, so I keep something around the buck back in my hood.
Thanks, guys. I wasn't expecting a round of applause. That's amazing. Thanks all for coming down tonight. It's a beautiful summer's evening, kind of. It's obviously a Friday, so it's great to have you all here. I know most of you are fans, so the guy needs no introduction, but he is, of course, a multi-award-winning DJ, a pioneer of the hip-hop and the hip-hop DJ genre, a man who was one of the first hip-hop or rap artists to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Walk of Fame. Please welcome, please give him a warm round of applause. It's Grandmaster Flash. Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. Feels like the hot seat though, but yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. It's just being filmed. It's just going to go out on a podcast for many, many people to watch. First of all, you enjoying your time here in the UK?
Absolutely. I've been here for almost a little less than 3 weeks, and I've always enjoyed coming here to London. It's good. It's always good.
Now, I've got some questions for you. We've also got some social media questions that were given to us through Twitter, through Facebook, from fans, which I'll be pitching to you. And it's just a chance for us to get to know you a little better. So first of all, without further ado, what is your earliest memory of being influenced by music?
My earliest influence is probably my father, who was an avid collector of records. And there was this cardinal rule in the household: never go in the closet where the records live, never go into the living room where the stereo lived. And if you did, you would feel the wrath of Joe Sr. And without making the story too long or drawn out, I used to constantly get my behind kicked over and over and over and over and over again. But I was extremely intrigued of what was in his closet. So I used to watch my dad when he came home from work, and he would put his tools down, and he would go to this closet, and he would pull out these black pieces of plastic, and it had like tunnels in them. And he would take this black piece of wax and go over to this brown wooden cabinet that had a light on the bottom when you switched it on, and it was called a stereo. And I would watch him do this over and over and over and over and over again. Then when I finally thought that I had it, I would wait for him to go off to work in the morning. And when I heard the door slam, bang, I would grab a chair from the kitchen and climb up on a chair and turn the knob and go up there and look at all that lovely black disc. And I would pull a disc out, and I would go to the stereo, and I would turn it on because I watched him so many times. And Household said, Joe's going to kill you. Joe's going to kill you when he finds out. And he would always know because he would always meticulously put his records back in a particular order. And, of course, I didn't know how to do that.
You messed him up.
So I would get beat, and he would go to work the next morning, and I would do it again, and he'd come home, and he'd know it was me, and I'd get beat, so kind of got my behind kicked, and that's in a reverse sort of way. It kind of taught me this stuff must be pretty valuable because I'm getting my butt kicked quite a bit for this, so
if it hurts, it's got to be good.
How I kind of learned it as I was a toddler. That's how it started.
So you were influenced by the potential danger.
Definite danger. Yeah.
Which other artists influenced you at a young age?
Well, when people ask me that question, like, artists didn't influence me. I think what it was with me is coming up when I had my chance to watch DJs play. The way that they would play a song made me confused, maybe even angry. And, when people ask me, what is your favorite tunes? I don't have a favorite tune. I have a favorite part of a favorite tune. And that's where my contribution to hip hop is I like the part of the record where the drummer played alone, the drum solo part. That was the best part. And sometimes I would find that drum solo in a pop song, a rock song, jazz, blues, funk, R&B, disco, alternative. So that's what was the very beginning of where I started coming up with this science that today is called turntablism. But I always liked that drum solo, and that was the part that I fell in love with. The rest of the song I didn't too much care about.
I think that kind of answers to an extent my next question, which is, did you grow up listening to a particular genre or style of music, or parts of genres or styles of music?
Well, the music, I was one of the younger ones in my family, so I had sisters that listened to like the Motown sound. Then I had sisters that had listened to the Latin sound. My mom and my pops was into jazz, and then I had another sister that was into funk. So I grew up listening to all these different genres of music as they played it on the stereo. So I was kind of fortunate to just kind of get an awareness that there are different genres of music at such a young age.
How many sisters was that?
I have 4 sisters.
Oh my goodness. You're the only boy?
Only boy.
I'm the only girl.
Wow.
Yeah, 3
that
brothers.
Makes us pretty special.
We're similar, you and I, except I'm not a DJ.
Yeah.
Having pioneered the turntablism style that's influenced countless DJs and artists since its inception, have you ever turned the tables and taught anyone how to do it from the cells?
I think early on when I came up with this science, I was ridiculed. Why is he putting his fingertips on the body of the record? Why is he taking this record and spinning it in counterclockwise positions to re-arrive to a section? Like, why is he doing this? Because the way people treated records were like children. They would take it out of the sleeve very carefully and put it back and this and that and that.
Not like you. You got it in the wrong sleeve.
So I kind of made a record really dirty pretty quickly. And for me, the first successful person that I taught how to do this, because I showed so many, was probably Grand Wizard Theodore. Was probably my first successful student. And then from that point on, it just went on and on and on and on, from there, But I didn't realize what I was really doing, didn't realize it would reach.
Do you like teaching other people?
I'm a tough teacher. I mean, I don't know. Do I like it? I think I'm pretty hard on you, until you get it right, because I'm really into close to perfection as possible. So I don't know.
It's not a bad thing. What advice would you give a young musician today who's trying to fight against the current as you did when you first started?
Okay, well, if I were to make an example of a person, Alexander the Great, okay, he was the king of his country, but he didn't stay home. He went to the town, to the next town, to the next city, to the next country, to try to accomplish and do in the world. So for me, it was rock my block, rock the next neighborhood, rock the next borough, rock the next city, go after the next country, shoot for the world. And that's kind of how I think about it. And in doing that, it's uneasy because you have to learn so many different